Last time on Will Save. Our strangers, all ready to board a shuttle, stumble into what seemed to be an unprovoked act of violence. While most of our adventurers wasted no time in trying to help quell the incident, Nico decided it wasn't his fight. Our motley crew of individuals displayed some effective abilities and quickly helped take control of the situation. They then handed over their militant to the new contact, Special Agent LaRue, for incarceration. Curiously, though, when our group of Good Samaritans offered extra support, Special Agent LaRue declined further assistance. Has the danger truly passed, or is more yet to come? Find out this time on Will Save.
How do we feel about how it feels? I mean, this is episode 3 now, right? So this is like, for everyone listening, this is the 3rd time you've heard us recording remotely. But for us, we played in person before, so we know what it's like. What's the difference? How does it feel?
I mean, we're all vibing off each other at the same time when we're in person. It's a little jilted online, I guess is probably the best word to use. It's just
it's not as effortless.
Yeah.
Though we never recorded when we were in person, so we can't really judge it by audio.
But what you're saying, though, is that it can only go up from here. That's
better.
All right. I mean, that's great.
We're at the bottom of the bottom now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Thanks
This
to everyone
podcast is
listening.
terrible, and it can only get better.
All right, I got a question for you guys. This is something we've done in our other games. I want to do it here. I'm going to ask you a question about your character. Bonus points if you answer in character. No penalty if you don't. What ticks your character off? What grinds their gears?
I think for Nico Ryan, the thing that really pisses him off, false accusations. When he gets accused of the wrong thing, you better damn well be sure. Like, he's gonna blow in your face. He is legit gonna blow up in your face. By the way, Nico Orion in this case is talking about himself in the third person. Because he just talks like that sometimes.
I like it. It was strong.
I am my own brand.
Yes. Dr. OK is so irritated by the tedious bureaucracy of all of these planets that seem to want to I simply want to be free to do my research. Because, it's frowned upon to drug people.
Hears can relate to that. He doesn't like being told what to do. He's been told what to do a lot in his life, and he's kind of sick of it. Wants to be a free man.
My name is Rick19. What irritates me the most is criminals that take advantage of other people. I just cannot stand by and allow that to happen.
I like how we haven't talked about our classes at all. Haven't talked about what we do. Haven't talked about our alignments. Because that sounds like a lawful good thing, but I don't know if I want to call you out, Rick, and be like, are you lawful good? I could just look. And Hero Lab, by the way, thanks Hero Lab, thanks Roll20, thanks Sirenscape. But I don't want to just be like, oh, are you lawful good? So the question here today, Rick19, is do you want to share what your alignment is?
My alignment is lawful good, and I am a bounty hunter.
Oh, winner. All right.
By the way, did you guys know that they actually had old-fashioned devices back in the day where you would stick pieces of starch inside of a device and it would heat it up? We get that stuff in a little tube. I sell some of that stuff. It's pretty good. We've made it really enhanced. So, well, I used to before I got voted out of my company.
Sucks, doesn't it?
All right, let's get started. Last week. Okay, yeah.
Did you get kicked out of your company for peddling Sex Panther?
By Odeon.
That's so funny.
It's illegal in 9 countries.
It works 99% of the time. It works
So-
100% of the time.
Every time.
60% of the time, it works
60%,
every time.
This is outrageous. This podcast is going off the rails.
What are we? We're Starfinder podcast? Are we a movie quote podcast?
Yeah, I think they were a
Are
movie
we?
quote, old movie review podcast.
Nico's going to look over
Yeah.
at Rick, and he's just going to say, Rick, where'd you get a hand grenade?
Things are really escalating here.
I don't get half these references.
Yeah, I'm not picking up on it. But I will say this little fun fact that we talked about last time. If you hear Nick giving an obscure movie reference, then, I mean, that is Nick. That's your fun fact about Nick, is that Nick, all of his
Chances
movie
are, if you
references-
hear Nick, he's giving an obscure movie reference.
That's true. 60% of the time, he's giving an obscure movie reference every time.
all the time.
Every time.
Every time. That's how that works. So think about this.
Yeah.
You guys, a lot of things happened in the past 24 hours. You all had different experiences, and then you show up in this docking bay. You're waiting to get on board. Steward's agent is like, hold on. That's not her voice, but that's the gist of what she did. She asked you some questions, and then one of your fellow passengers attacks her. Just out of nowhere, shoves her, starts attacking. You all, might I say, handily, shot her down. That was well done on all airports. There was a little help from Special Agent LaRue, a little help from the Chief Security Officer. Notably, not that great help from Captain Ramim VCL, Corson, as we found out. But what he does do is he does round you guys up at the end. Magua, the Kasathan who attacked, unclear why, is kneeling on the ground. That's the last sight of her. She's being kind of blocked partially by Al-Giada, Chief Security Officer, and Special Agent LaRue. They're talking. You can see a look of defeat on Magua's face. But you're being led elsewhere. You're being led on board the Chimera by Captain Ramim BCL Corson. So with that said, I think it is time that we go to the Chimera. If you guys want to check out old Roll 20. Should be all black except for stretch that you guys can see here. Corridor. You guys see that?
Yes, sir.
I don't see anything right now, John.
It's a big map. You're going to need to scroll over.
Huge map.
I see it.
I see black
Keep
Go
scrolling.
down.
I see it.
all across the map.
Keep scrolling.
Maybe it hasn't loaded yet. Oh, there it is.
It's like smack dab in the middle, pretty much, of the block.
Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This, I feel like I feel like on Roll 20 right now we're getting ready to play Pokemon.
Thank you for coming to Cerulean City. So, I'm going to show the name here. I think you guys can see Captain Ramim BCL Corson standing there in front of you, yeah?
Say that 10 times
Sure.
fast.
Captain Ramim BCL Corson standing there right in front of you, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's one.
As you step on board, the soft white walls of the ship seem to invite you further around the airlock corner. The door behind you to the docking bay closes. You kind of step into a long hallway with soft blue white lights. Kind of cast a soft haze over everything. Maybe Captain Ramim sees you all looking around, taking it in. This feels different from the dimly lit docking bay that you were just in with all the action. Starts to lead you a little bit south here, down this corridor. It's long, maybe, I would have to say, probably 80 feet, 90 feet. He turns and he looks back. He says, "She's something, ain't she? I worked for a long time. I was fortunate to come across her. Look, I'll show you to your rooms in just a minute, but I want to apologize. It was my first instinct to make sure that you were safe, and I wanted to bring you all out of that action and let them handle it. I trust Algiada. And I just want to make sure that you all are okay. We've worked very hard on the experience here on the Chimera. We've worked very hard to make sure that something like this doesn't ruin it, so we're going to do our best to make it up to you. I'll speak with some of the crew, see if we can set up something special for you. Are you all right?
You better see to that. Or else I'm going to ask for my money back.
Oh, absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Getting shot at is not part of the ticket price.
We do our best. That is something that, I'm sure Algiada will talk with Special Agent LaRue and see why this happened, and hopefully something that the security forces on Legacy Station can handle. So, again, I'm very sorry. We're happy to accommodate anything that you may want. I think I always do my best. I'm the captain. I always do my best to try and remember all the names and the faces of the passengers. Are you Nico Orion?
That's right. That's me, Nico Orion.
All right. Well, Nico, it is a pleasure to meet you. And he takes a step forward. He seems trying to be genial, trying to be really, really nice and conciliatory.
Now, Nico's going to go and shake his hand, and he's going to say, "Captain, you know what the right thing to do here is, right?"
I would be happy to learn. Why don't you say it first? We'll say it at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor.
Oh, yep. All right.
No.
All right.
No.
Did we just become best friends?
Oh, my gosh.
We're friends now. I think we're friends. This is quite good. Sorry. Now you were saying there's something that you would like to see. I am all
Absolutely.
ears.
The
I
right-
have 4
the right
arms,
thing-
2 ears. So just
The right thing to do in this situation would be not only to provide complimentary beverages and drinks,
Oh, absolutely.
but to also provide financial compensation for endangering the lives of your passengers. And this isn't something personal that needs to come out of your account. I'm sure you have a corporate sponsor, and this is the person
sure.
that you would do that. This is where your insurance comes in, by the way. And
Rick?
might I be so bold as to recommend that you secure for the future some droids by Orion Manufacturing. They're security droids.
I think I might have heard of them before. So yes, I think very good build, very, very good good quality. So yeah, that's a good choice. It's a good choice.
So Rick kind
I
of
will
cocks
take
his
that.
head to the side, and he's going to do a sense motive
Okay, on who? Captain Ramin
on
or Nico?
Nico.
Ooh! What'd you get?
I rolled. Well, I'm an android, so I have flat affect, which means I get a negative bonus on everything. So I actually have a -1 for sense motive, and I rolled an 8. So I got a 7. Nick, roll below a 7! What would he roll? Would he roll bluff on this, or like?
Well, it depends. I mean, I think what would happen is that
That's going to be a
This is
13
going great.
what you rolled,
without modifiers.
Nico.
I'm also
he's
going
not
to sense motive.
on correction, Nico, not on Captain Ramim, but on Nico. All right, I love this. This is good.
I rolled a 20 on the die. Plus 3.
Yeah, the best part is that he can't hear you yet because he hasn't put his
No, I
headphones
can
on.
hear you now.
All right, so Kevin, what did you roll again?
7.
7, but Dr. OK rolled a 20 on sense motive.
Yeah, so I get whatever critical bonus plus 3 That was my sense motive.
So, Nico, what do they sense?
They're sensing Nico legitimately just trying to work this guy to get a little bit extra out of him, and to possibly set up somewhat of a financial kind of trail. Yeah, financial deal for
Orion.
For Orion.
Nice.
The company that you no longer control. Correct.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that I don't have some sort of benefactor on the
That's
inside.
true. Yeah. I'd like to sense motive on the captain then, since we're doing this.
Please, go ahead.
Yeah. That is
And
a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems as down to earth as, frankly, the planet itself. He is straightforward.
Nico wants to run a diplomacy check.
To do what?
To kind of have his soft clothes right there kind of turn into something here.
Okay, go ahead.
That's going to be a 25. 25 on the roll.
25 on the roll to try and get him to close on this deal.
Yeah, close on this deal. Throw us some extra credits and buy some.
Does he have the authority to even close on this deal? I feel like you've talked to him for a minute. But
I'm good. Nico,
I know you're good. You're 25 good.
Yeah, dude,
amazing.
you're 25 good. So, look, I am very willing to make sure that your experience and your trip to Absalom Station is, for lack of a better word, perfect. And I'm sorry that's already been sullied by this encounter. But I will say that I will absolutely look into some sort of credit reimbursement for you. And maybe while you're on this trip, maybe as we're getting ready to close here in the next few days and land, and maybe you could give me a contact, maybe someone that I could reach out to at Orion to kind of set something up. That would be
Absolutely.
great. All right.
I'd be happy to. Good doing business. And he's shake his hand again.
Good doing business.
Put his left hand over the top of the handshake.
And then he puts all 3 of his hands on top of your hand.
Nico just is going to look up at him. Nico will look up at him, just kind of wide-eyed,
Keeps shaking and looking into his eyes, yeah.
So you 5, 6, because there's the older gentleman behind you, are all standing in the hallway. And he says, is there anything else that I can help anyone or address anyone else's concerns here before I show you to your room?
Nico's going to make one more silly request. Give me the finest bottle of your scotch. On the rocks, please.
I will look into seeing what we have here in storage.
Before that, I'd like to do a life science check on our friend here, the back, the old gentleman.
Sure, he seems to be just standing, closing his eyes, shaking, trying to relax. What's your life science check?
27.
27 life science check on the gentleman in the back.
What is he? What's his...
Human?
Is he human?
He seems to be human. Seemingly has some cybernetic upgrades, let's call them, that are in his neck. They're like augmentations. There's one, there are 2, I guess, specifically in his forehead. There's one at the back of his neck. The back of his neck, you kind of recognize it's maybe some other minor systems that just help with mobility. There is a data jack.
Is he a data broker?
Do you want to ask him?
I'm going to ask him sort of slyly. I'm going to be like, I seem to think, are you burdened with something that you're carrying? Data, perhaps?
Sorry, what? You kind of caught me off guard there. Could you repeat that? Yeah.
I am a doctor. I simply wish to know if I can assist you, alleviate any burden that you're carrying.
Captain Ramin overhears. He was like, is there some medical attention there in the back, sir? You're the professor, correct? And the old man turns and says, yes, yeah, that's me. I'm the professor. Yeah, no, I'm quite all right. Just a little shaken, a little bit. Just certainly no stranger to having some heated arguments, right? But combat like that is it's a bit out of touch on anything like that for a while. So, but thank you, sir. I don't know your name. I'm Professor Broden Benjamin. Didn't catch your name, Doctor.
I am Dr. Kantu Okatis, but you can call me Dr. OK.
Doctor, that's quite clever there. It's quite clever.
Yes.
No, I'll be all right. I think maybe he kind of turns to the captain. I think maybe if when you have those refreshments ready, I think I'll definitely be partaking in some of those, if that's all right. You know, the captain's like, absolutely. I will set it up shortly. You will get a notice when those are ready. Is there anything else that anyone wants to address? I'm happy to show you to your rooms. They're right here around the corner. Is there anything else?
Now, Captain, one more thing. Did you know that security officer?
Yes, I hand selected her. That is Algiata. She's part of the ship. She'll be joining us back on board. She's just responsible for making sure that all the entrances and the exits are safe, that everyone coming in is safe. So I lean on her and my first mate a lot to make sure things get done here.
Interesting, Captain. I'm no stranger to random acts of violence, and I try not to take part in them if I didn't do anything to start it. That being said, though, I would like to understand exactly what you think may have even started this. And as he asks this question here, or as he's inquiring for more information, he wants to do a sense motive a little bit.
Okay.
See if he's lying in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. As soon as you ask him that, he kind of says, I really don't know. I was planning on getting a briefing later from Algiata. I don't know how much you said that you're not a stranger to random acts of violence, so I would think that you certainly know who the stewards are and what they represent. And it seems like this individual here, again, I was a little caught off guard. I was busy getting everything ready, prepped for launch here soon, and things seem to be taking a while, and I got a message from Algiata and came out. So, seems like she had her own reasons for handling this. As soon as I find out, I will let you know. That's absolutely my first move once I find out. What'd you roll?
That was a 13 on the sense motive.
He seems like he genuinely was caught up in something else, gets a call that he needs to come out to the docking bay because something's holding things up, and was caught off guard.
Now his Nico's going to respond back saying, all right, Captain, why would she have reacted? Or has this kind of thing happened before?
Has this thing happened before? No, I don't recall. I mean, certainly not at Legacy Station. We go all over. We try and make sure that we service wherever we're needed and some of the best places, and this has certainly not happened anywhere else, and definitely not here on Legacy Station. So, my apologies about that. As soon as I find out, I will let you know.
What's the status of your security officer?
I'm sure she's just talking with the special agent. She's finding out. She'll be on board.
It appeared to me that the assailant targeted the steward agent.
Yes, I believe you're correct. Something. Oh, forgive me. It's been quite a long day, and he seems like very apologetic. Does your name have a number in it? 18, 20, 19? Yes.
My name is Rick 19.
Rick 19. That's right. It seems that the quarrel and the intended target of that Kasathan. It seems like she was trying to target the steward's agent. Yes.
So here's turns to the old man. He's like, I'd love to get a drink with you and hear more about your work, Professor, whatever that is.
Absolutely. I very happy all the time to talk about my work. It's really quite something. Yeah. We'll talk at these drinks. Yeah, is that
good?
Sound good? Great.
Mind if I join you guys? I'm always good for drinking company.
Let's get those drinks then, shall we, Captain?
He kind of turns over and says, "Here, let me. We've been talking for quite a while. we do want to get launched here. We do want to kind of set off on our journey here. So why don't I show you to your rooms? You guys can take a bit of a breather, maybe freshen up. And then as soon as those drinks are ready, I'll talk to our cook, Song. Excellent cook, great cook. He kind of starts to take a few steps back. He's like half asking you, half kind of being like, let's go.
Let's get on with it.
All right.
Yes, this sounds okay.
All right. But I see what you did.
Was that
there.
a joke back there, Dr. OK?
Are you the doctor?
You're
Is
hilarious.
that the doctor? You have to tell that joke at the drinks. That's a great joke. You need to remember that.
Okay.
You need to remember that. So he starts walking. He turns around the corner, and you guys see, let me see if I can do the old polygon reveal. So you guys turn the corner, you see another long corridor set up. There seems to be a pair of double doors about midway down on your left, and then on your right the corridor opens up, and ahead of you, probably about another 60 feet, it turns back to the left. So he starts walking down. He walks over, he turns right, starts to head down what appears to be the rest of the hallway. As he turns down, nope, not what I want to do.
Roll for initiative.
As he turns down, yeah, roll for initiative. He turns down into probably what is the longest part of the ship you guys can see kind of so far. He turns down and he says, now I believe that I remembered it all correctly. If we keep walking, these are some of the passengers' room. He walks past what appeared to be, there's probably about 4 sets of doors equally spaced down the hallway. At the end of the hallway appears to be a ladder, probably to the other decks. He walks up and he says, the doctor, I believe, and he points over to this door right here, and he says, this will be your room. And he points directly across the way and says, I believe this is his. Correct? Is that right? Is that right? His?
That's right.
Well, his. Pleasure
Thanks,
to meet you. This will be your room. And then he keeps walking down and he says, Mr. Rick 19, this will be your room
Yes,
here.
sir.
And
Thank you.
Nico, it's good to make your acquaintance. Right across here will be your room. And then the last person is the professor. He says, Professor, this will be your room here. Please feel free to take a breather. You will know as soon as everything is ready. And the professor says, thank you. Just kind of quiet. And then he steps into his room. And now that we've done that, let me reveal y'all's rooms.
Wow.
Oh.
And as
I don't
he
have a bed.
Why is my room
Where's my bed?
smaller than...
Oh, there it is.
and from the hall, he says, now, I just want to let everyone know if there's anything that you need, please let me know before the door shuts. You all should have everything ready. So.
How would we let you know, Captain?
You are more than capable of talking to the crew. Please ask them and let them know they will handle anything. And if there's anything that needs my attention personally, I'm happy to handle it myself. So, thank you.
Captain,
Well, thank you,
yes.
Captain.
where's the mess from here? I really need that
The
drink
mess
now.
room is actually directly down the hall. Do you see those double doors that are directly ahead? Now, I must say, if you don't mind, we'd like to get ready and get launched. So it won't be long, I promise. I promise. It won't be long, and we will have the drinks ready. Is that
Sounds good.
all right? All right, thank you.
I get cranky if I don't get my scotch, though.
I understand that. I definitely understand that myself. And he walks away down the corridor. What do you guys want to do while you're waiting here? How do you feel? This is like, a lot's happened.
Nika's going to go sit down on his bed a little bit, and he's finally going to, with the door locked and closed, he's finally going to sit down on the bed and just kind of run his hands through his hair, just be like, I never thought I'd see Zentuk. I never thought I'd see Zentuku go. I gotta find his wife. I gotta find his wife and child. I don't even know where they're at anymore.
Nick, you're gonna wash all the blood off you?
Yeah. So at that point,
Looks like we all have our own shower, right?
Yeah. So Nico at this point, just seeing all the blood he still has on him, is gonna be like, gonna have to wash all this blood off. Surprised no one's ever asked me about it so far. I'm kind of leading a little bit too high of a profile life here at the moment, and if I want to stay alive, that's not going to be the best thing for me to do. Nico's going to go wash himself off, and that'll be where we pause Nico for the moment.
Dr. OK is going to hack the environmental controls in his room and make it more accustomed to what it's like to be on Javome and Pabak.
What is that like?
Is that like humid?
It's humid, you know, not a harsh environment for a slug.
Would you have to hack the system in order to just change the settings?
Well, I would, if I didn't have the ability to change the settings, I would definitely hack the environmental controls and do it.
You want to hack the security systems right now?
No, I'm not hacking the security systems.
The environmental.
I'm just trying to make my room more comfortable.
There is a Nest thermostat on the wall. You are more than capable of setting it up.
He rips it apart and sticks a tentacle inside of it.
Yeah, you start messing with it.
Are we doing like a full rest right now?
No. This is not intended to be a full rest.
This is
just
downtime?
This is not quote-unquote downtime. This is just, what are you guys thinking? What are you doing for the next few minutes?
I can roll a computer's check if that's what I need to do.
Yeah, go ahead.
26?
26. Yeah, I mean...
Can I gain root access through my terminal here?
You cannot gain root access through the Nest terminal into the ship's mainframe.
God.
But you can set the temperature. Maybe you find out, you're like, if I just tweak this, I can probably set the temperature.
I just want to make it a bit more humid.
That's fine. In terms of setting, the... what's it called, Kev? I forget what it's called.
I don't know.
Well, it's how humid the air is. There's a name for it. It's neither here nor there.
Barometer?
No, it's not a barometer.
That's air pressure.
Yeah, it's not psychrometry. I forget what it is. Anyway, there's a whole chart. The point is, yes, you are able to make it more humid, which you typically wouldn't be able to do with a Nest. But you're like, if I change this, blend this, do this, then it's fine. It's all good.
Excellent.
So your room starts to get a little steamy. As that happens, you guys feel this little minor jolt as thrusters kind of push away from the station, right? The vessel seems to leave the station's orbit. And then a little bit later, maybe a minute, you kind of hear the hum of the ship's drift engine as it kind of starts to break through the planar barrier. You guys enter the drift. As that happens, there's a moment where there's it's the intercom, and it's Captain Ramin's voice. He says, "Welcome aboard the Chimera. This is your Captain Ramin.
You're now free to roam around the cabin."
Yeah, exactly. This is your Captain Ramin Visiala Corson. It's going to be my pleasure and the pleasure of our crew to ferry you through the drift. First, just want to take a moment to apologize again for everything that's happened earlier on the boarding. Not all of you might have been privy to it, but I have to say that I've spoken with our cook song. They will be happy to accommodate you. We are going to have a little pre-dinner kind of reception for you in just 5-10 minutes here. We'll set something out, so please feel free to join. We just finished making our astrogation calculations here on the bridge. Looks like it'll take us the next 5 days to reach our destination at Absalom Station, center of the Packed World System. In the meantime, as I said, please make yourselves at home. If you need any assistance, if there's anything that we can provide, especially in light of what just happened, don't hesitate to ask any of the friendly crew members. Meals are served at the times listed in the dining hall. But if you're looking for a snack, I'm sure Song will be happy to accommodate you. And he clicks off.
Here's in his room, takes off his hat, his cavalier, puts it on the bed and sits down, and then sighs, and then takes out that object that Rolu gave him, and looks, opens it up, and then the blue glow comes back. And he starts to look at the object and think, that looks a little familiar. And then his mind briefly drifts to Rolu, and he gets a little sad. And he just kind of tucks that feeling away and licks his lips, and then is like, all right, waiting for my whiskey.
Right at that moment, there's a little video screen on each of your personal computer consoles, and it kind of lightens up. And there's this very generic colored, like, blue screen and this font transition that fades over, and it just says the Chimera. And then this video starts playing that's like a little introductory video to the Chimera. You kind of start out seeing the shot of the Chimera sitting in like a hangar bay, and Captain Ramim slowly kind of walks in the shot, not looking at the camera. He turns to look right at it, and he just smiles. I'm Captain Ramim Bisiala Corson. Welcome to the Chimera. You've made a great choice to fly with us today, and for that we thank you. The shot moves to him walking down the corridors, and he's kind of running his hands along the wall, smiling. Our ship has been in service for over 15 years, providing safe and luxurious travel across the packed worlds and beyond.
Nico's going to say, save my ass.
This guy is such an ego.
There's no port that we haven't been to, and no need that we can't fulfill. We jump to kind of B footage of like different parts of the ship. You'll find that the ship has state-of-the-art amenities, from a gym with a hot tub to the tastiest food in our dining hall that you can find in the packed worlds. Your rooms have been updated for modern luxury with a private console and computer in every room. There's a final shot of him at the front of the ship back in the hangar, and the other crew is standing all around him waving, and there's a few faces that you recognize and a few that you don't. And he says, from all of us aboard the Chimera, we hope that you enjoy your stay among the friendly stars. And it closes.
So at this point, Nico wants to use the private computer console.
Okay.
And he wants to slice it from the main network so that he can just ping a signal out to Absalom Station.
Okay.
He wants to check something.
Okay. You know that from inside the drift, communication is tough. When you're traveling through the drift, sending out a signal like that doesn't guarantee an immediate response. It's not like you can just open up a channel and start talking. But go ahead and go to the computer. When you sit down at it, right, you start opening it up. Give me a computer's check.
All right, so let me see what my computer's modifier is real quick.
Are you trained in computers? Is that one that we need to be trained in? There are, for people listening, there are skills that you have to be trained in to use in Starfinder, unlike other systems.
I have an attribute in it, so I'm trained in it.
Computers is a trained. You have to be trained in it. Yeah.
Okay, make your roll.
It's going to be 19 on my roll.
19. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you pull it up. Seems to be a normal set of anything that you want to do. It's a little basic. There are some maybe popular holovids there. There's some pretty basic information there. You find that if there's something that you want to, like, there's not too much depth to it, but if you're just trying to go and send out a signal or a message to Absalom Station, you go and you type it in or record it, whatever you want to send it as, and it seems to go out. Do you want to tell us what you sent?
He's not sending a message to say he's trying to ping the Absalom Station arrest warrants, and he wants to see if he's going to be arrested or if there's been an arrest warrant put out on him.
You can't tell that information. You put in what seems to be like a request for that. It doesn't seem to be like a slice, right? You don't need to like get root access or anything like that. It seems like pretty deep research that is not immediately there.
All right, so Nico's going to do that, and he's going to forward the results to his datapad.
Okay, so you kind of set it up. The request is not immediate. As soon as it comes in, it will go to your datapad, but it's not in right now. Right at that moment, there is like another psh over the PA system. There's a different voice this time. This is your officer, Flozu Pahir. the captain would like to extend invitations to all of you for a special pre-reception. Oh, I'm sorry, pre-dinner reception. It's due to begin in the dining hall. Please make your way there when you can. Thank you.
Dr. OK is going to search out the chef before entering the sort of dinner reception.
Okay. What is everyone else doing while Dr. OK starts to search around for that?
Nico's going in. Gonna go to the mess hall. It's like he's thinking it's time for his scotch.
Okay.
Here's puts on his Cavalier and books it right towards that. Looking for the professor.
Okay. And Rick?
Okay, Rick is going to take a minute and look around the room. He is pretty amazed at like the quality of the room, especially since he is here on the Android Abolition Front's money. And so he's just going to take some time, and then once he looks around and understands that, he heads towards the dining hall.
Alrighty.
So Rick heads towards the dining hall. Do you want to move your character there? Cool. So you all start to head towards the dining hall. Dr. OK, where are you going? As you know, the double doors are right in front of you, and that's what Captain Ramim said was the dining hall. The hallway does go left and right. Are you going straight in? What are you going to do?
I'm going to peer right in an attempt to find the kitchen. However, I might... If at the end of the hallway it is unclear, I might re-enter through the dining hall and just go straight through the busboy entrance as if I own the place, because I'm Dr. OK after all.
That's true. You guys walk into the dining hall, and you see the professor sitting there already, and he's sitting with what appears to be a Marikoi, a like monkey humanoid type person, and they have this like dirty jumpsuit on, appears to be maybe a little stained. They have dark gray fur and a skinny tail. It's got an Aztec suit, and there are thick safety goggles that are propped up on their forehead. But in all other ways, they seem to be very meticulous. Now, Dr. OK, you, instead of going straight ahead into the dining hall, which, by the way, the dining hall looks very well apportioned, seems to be very state-of-the-art, very comfy, very luxurious. These tables has a nice kind of dais where a lot of food is set up at the top. And Dr. OK, you walk over to the right, and you see what appears to be a mirror of the other hallway that you came down. Probably 2 sets of doors on your right, 3 on your left. The first set of double doors, you think, this is probably another doorway to the kitchen. And then the 2 doors after that, you're not quite sure where they go.
Which are the kitchen?
The kitchen.
The
dining
mean
hall.
the dining hall? Yeah.
That's sorry. Yep, I'm at the dining hall. So
Okay.
these doors seem, you're like, these probably go into the dining hall.
I'm going to come up to this hallway and pause to look down in the other hallway.
So where everyone else just went straight from their room, straight down the hall into the double doors to the dining room, Dr. OK, you took a right and then another left, then walked past another set of alternate dining room doors. And then you've come to another intersection where there seems to be another set of ladders, like one that goes up, one that goes down. Looks like this is another way to kind of go in between decks here.
And I'm going to open this door then.
Okay.
And just peer in quietly.
Okay, so, yes. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yeah, I can roll stealth check. Oh, 13.
13. You kind of walk up, the door opens, and you see a fully stocked kitchen. It is probably has tons of drawers and cabinets, all apportioned with what you can see, some clear glass. You can see what's in them. There are bunches of spices. There seems to be areas in the wall where if they came out, you're like, that's probably some sort of a freezer. There's probably, like some beverages, a lot of different food in there. And what you see as well is who you must imagine is the cook. And you see an android standing there, silver skin, red circuitry tattoos, and a spotless apron. Back to you. It's loud in there. Some things have started to sizzle. A couple drawers are open. And as soon as the door opens, they turn around. Excuse me. May I ask why you're standing in here? Is there something that I can get you?
I'm sorry. I merely wanted to speak, I presume, with the chef. I have some dietary restrictions that I must adhere to, unfortunately.
Sure. Yep.
May,
All right.
May I talk with you? May I see your kitchen?
Well, your first guess was
It's
correct.
quite immaculate.
Thank you. Yes, this is in fact the kitchen, and yes, your first guess was correct. I am in fact the cook. My name is Song. It's good to meet you. I would ask maybe that for the moment you can just step in for a little bit. I am very busy,
I
as you
understand.
know. I do want to hear you out. Please tell me what your dietary restrictions are. They fully turn and look at you. They don't walk towards you. They just look at you with piercing blue eyes.
I require that no salt be added to my food.
Okay. All right. That's certainly not an
or
issue.
salt
Okay.
present in my food.
Sure. Okay. All right. Yep. Of course. Not a problem.
And if I could trouble you with some raw ingredients, perhaps for myself later, that'd be quite nice of you.
Yes. Please just tell me what you can. I am an android, so I will remember all of it. Please tell me what you would like. I can make sure that I set aside a plate for you, and I will make sure that it is brought to your room, either by myself or by someone else. That's not a problem at all. So what would you like?
Just some. I'm just gonna explain like the diet of like vegetables, the things that I want. No salt, and
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Thanks for coming by.
Where would I find the dining hall?
So the dining hall is actually just on the opposite side of this wall, and they point to their right, which is exactly where you thought it was. It's just over here. You are more than welcome to go wait in there. I will make sure that the food comes out for dinner here pretty soon. That's not a problem. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm very busy. And then there's like a loud like that like hits the wall, the opposite wall, and then you just see them get visibly upset. Even for an android, they seem flustered. I'm so sorry. It seems to just be some training. The gym is right next door. It gets pretty loud. A lot of impacts here. Again, okay. All right. Sorry.
Thank you
the
very
dining hall
much.
Is over there. I'm happy to give you everything. Thank you.
I
Yes.
appreciate
I didn't catch your
This
name.
Android.
I'm Dr. OK. It's a
Dr.
pleasure
OK.
to meet you.
Song again. Pleasure. Yes. Take care. And they just turn back and they start cooking again. Doing
I'm going
back
to
what they're
go
doing.
back to the hallway, and I'm going to go
Okay.
check out the gym.
Okay. You're gonna go check out the gym.
Yes,
Can you guys see Song, by the way?
Not anymore.
I can.
No.
No? Okay. All right. Cool. So you walk up to those doors that are further down, and as you open the doors, you see
Suspicious. I want to sense motive of the GM.
what? Why are you sensing that over the gym?
Why would you hide people that we've seen? Like, oh, can you see the
Sometimes
android
also
now?
just-
Fog of war, man.
This like
Dude, it's just fog of war.
Suspicious.
You guys like
Suspicious. GM is sus.
I kind of
GM is sus.
oh, that's an Among Us thing. I get it.
Cool reference, bro.
Yeah, cool reference. Everyone gets it who's listening.
If you're not playing Among Us, then you're not
are
Among
you?
Us.
and you're
Yeah.
acting kind of sus.
Then you're
Let's just
acting
be,
kind
uh,
of sus.
Let's just be real here.
Yeah, you're an imposter.
My random movie quotes that are far flung are starting to rub off on you guys.
I wrote somebody who was acting kind of sus in my Slack channel at work, and nobody got it, and I was really disappointed.
Oh,
That's unfortunate. For everyone listening,
Emergency meeting.
For everyone listening at home, besides the fact that if you don't know what Among Us is, it's fine. The point is that in the map that we're using on Roll20, Dr. OK moved out of the kitchen space, and then I closed the kitchen space back up in Fog of War instead of leaving it.
Now you need to define what Fog of War is.
Oh, this is a long train. So Fog of War...
Exactly. This is going to go down
yeah,
rabbit
okay.
hole.
Fog of War is just black on the screen. You can't see what's
If you
going on.
leave a
in that
room,
area.
you can no longer see what's in that room at that current time.
Thank you. So, Dr. OK, you walk up and you go to the gym. And
I'm just gonna peer my head in.
that's fine. The doors slide open and you see a pretty large space. It seems like there's a lot of workout equipment. There's like a small pool, a little hot tub. There's an open padded area that is directly near the wall that Song had heard that thud from. Probably you think there's like some floor work, sparring, just things to kind of keep people, if they want to have an open space to do whatever they want. And while you're there, you peek in and you see a Yosoki who is standing there.
Aww.
And the Yosoki is 3 or 4 feet tall, short, russet fur, tan tail, gold eyes. One of the ears is pierced with like a small silver hoop, and the flight suit is kind of stained, a little disheveled. Seems like it was unzipped a little bit, as if they were trying to work out a bit. You see a bunch of different, weights and apparatuses around him, and he seems to kind of have his back to you. He seems to be doing something. Seems a little crazy, a little weird, but seems to be enjoying it.
Is he like a crew member? Can I tell, or is he just like working out? Like,
judging by the flight suit, you think he's probably a crew member.
okay, I'm not gonna engage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go and grab dinner.
Okay, so you're going to head back. Okay. All right. Yeah, so so here's the thing. So let's jump back to the dining room. The professor, Brodin Benjamin, is sitting there. Next to him is a Marikoi, not a Yosoki, it's all good, sitting next. And as soon as you all walk in, this is, it sounds like Dr. OK was gone for maybe 1-2 minutes. As soon as you guys walk in, the professor says, I was just talking to Keith here about you all, and I was just showing them something that I thought might be interesting for you as well. But sorry, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. A little bit excited here, caught my breath. It was good to sit for a minute, but now we're here. And he kind of gestures back on the table, that dais at the front. There seems to be a lot of different bottles, probably 10 or 12 different bottles, as well as some glasses, some ice, anything that you might want as far as exotic liquor. And so he says, please, I'm not crew here, but please get what you want. But some introductions. I'm so sorry about that. So you all know me, Professor Brodin Benjamin. This is my good new friend, Keeve, here. And the Marikoi dusts off. They stand up and they turn, and I think Nico, you went to sit down at the table, right?
Nico's going to respond, Professor, Keeve, Nico Orion, how are you? Former president of Orion Manufacturing.
Oh, that's quite something there. That's quite something. I'm Keith. I'm Keith Cadence. The Marikoi holds out a pretty confident but a little tentative hand and shakes your hand and turns over to Rick. Hi, I'm Keith. I didn't catch your name.
Is it Keef or Keeve?
Will and I were arguing about how to spell Keith on our notes page.
It's Keith. Kiiv. Keith.
So Rick wasn't directly addressed by the professor, but he hasn't like made a lot of contact with anyone.
Okay.
So he nods to the professor and then walks towards the table, wherever the table was. Which table is
up here?
So, and he's just gonna make himself,
a drink,
a vodka tonic.
So you don't even say hi to Keith.
By the time Keeve starts talking, he'd already be by the...
Okay. Then Keeve turns over and says hi to Here's. The professor sits back down and says, I thought that you all might be really interested in this. I was just showing Keeve, and he pulls out this like dull metal gray cube, maybe about, a foot on each side, maybe 10 inches. It was like sitting next to him, didn't quite see it. And he holds it up, and he starts to kind of look at it in the light. There's like a couple transparent aluminum panels within it. And he turns back to Keeve and says, I was just telling Keeve here, so the gentleman who sold this to me, he called it a shrinking box. And it's a feat of engineering, Keeve, that I thought, you would be sure would be very interested in. He said that it worked according to the same principles as a null space chamber, but for living creatures. I mean, look in one of the windows, and he kind of like holds it up. Are you still standing? Are you still sitting?
Hears makes his way over.
Okay.
Hears sits down, looks intently at the box.
Yeah. So he says, look, and he kind of holds it up. He looks over to Rick, who's I guess standing in the corner there, who's not quite in there. He says, look, there's 4 asteroid lice in here. And as I'm sure you know, one of those outer space vermin is almost as big as a Yosoki. And then Keeve kind of gingerly reaches up, takes the box, investigates, rubs their paws against the panel. Professor, Here's, is that?
Yeah, Here's is the name. Did you make this contraption?
No, this is the professor. No, I bought it off someone, actually. And Keeve very quickly, Professor, I don't know how to tell you this, but I think you were scammed. Those are just tiny bugs. Nonsense. This look, he seemed like quite the reputable salesman. I'm sure that if he intended, and he starts to kind of trail off, and at that time is when Dr. OK, the door opens. Keeve looks up, a little surprised, oddly, and Professor Benjamin reaches over, and as he tries to grab the cube, then the cube somehow slips, falls out of Keeve's hands, falls to the floor, crashes. There's this loud crack and a dazzling flash of light. And it's at that point that's game.
What? Oh, man.
What is this?
Are we going to be fighting giant mites?
Yeah, we're going to have to fight 4 giant Asoki-sized mites.
Hello, everyone. This is Nick Belcher. I play Nico Orion on the Will Save podcast. And from all of us here at Will Save, we'd like to extend a very happy Valentine's Day to all of our listeners. The day to grab that special someone and just express to them how thankful you are to have them in your life. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and don't forget to tune into us next time on Will Save Wednesday.